Arsenal have played and won more top-flight matches at Everton than any other opponent. Today was their 104th and final visit to Goodison Park. Your commentator, Guy Mowbray.
Their first half performance was really poor, sloppy, slacking all even from the first moment really. But credit to the players, they turned themselves around at half time, got about Arsenal as well, and great reaction from the crowd here, which helped us get a penalty and in the end get a point from a good team.
We had some big counter-attacks, especially in the first half. We didn't put them away. We scored the goal, and we were hoping the second half to continue with that domination to score the second one. And then out of nothing, the referee decides to give a penalty.
Penalty not for you?
For me, no. I've seen it 15 times. It's, in my opinion, never a penalty.
You had a long wait before taking that penalty. What was going through your mind?
Not much. I kind of saw where the keeper was looking at his ball, so I just wanted to just play a bit with him, and obviously just shoot as I always shoot,
At the end of the day, it's a point. We need to learn from this, especially with a big game on Tuesday again, and I think then our focus has to shift to that one now.
Well, Mikel Arteta said he watched the penalty 15 times and couldn't see a penalty. We've looked at it, probably more times, and what do we think?
I personally make him right. It was a weird one for me because part of me, my Liverpool bias, thinks please give the penalty, but actually I think it's a really bad decision. It's never a penalty to me. If anything, you could argue that Harrison's they're giving it both. They're both tugging and pulling each other a bit, and we'll see on these replays, Al, that it's a bit soft, isn't it?
Falls or pulls him on, so he just clipped his leg there, but not for me. No, I think that's very harsh.
This is why VAR can never work in the current format, because you've got to decide whether it's enough of a foul, which makes no sense whatsoever. Good point for Everton though, and the form table since David Moyes took over, well look, that's where Everton are top 6.
Yeah, I said I thought it was a big gamble for David Moyes to go back into Everton, but what an incredible job that he's done and doing. And you can see there, obviously the goals stand out, and also fast breaks. He's getting players forward at pace, and they're getting the results and getting their rewards.
The whole atmosphere has changed, hasn't it? The fans are on board. You've got the new owners, the new stadium to come. So much positivity. Things are looking up. I think Everton fans are excited.
Mikel Arteta was looking a little bit at the midweek game coming up, wasn't he?
Definitely. That's their season, and you can understand that. They're not going to win the league, so that's their season now.
Fancy them? Can they beat Real Madrid?
I think it would take 2 monumental performances, especially with Gabriel missing. It's going to be a really tough test.
Got to get the big result on Tuesday.
OK, we've got to go. I've just stabbed myself in the tack there. I'm bleeding. So anyway, before we go though, before I die, I'll read the Premier League table to you. Arsenal's draw leaves Liverpool needing a maximum of 11 more points to clinch a record equaling 20th top flight title. Defeat for third place Nottingham Forest could allow Chelsea and Manchester City to move within striking distance when they play, while Aston Villa climb to 6th. Opta's supercomputer says Wolves are 99.9% likely to stay up following their win, which sends them 12 points clear of Ipswich. The result also means Southampton's relegation.
They do it really well. Constantly putting the balls, snowballs into the last line, dealing with direct play and second actions. I think we haven't conceded anything in the game, which was really positive. We were 1-0 up, have some big opportunities running into spaces. We didn't finalize the action. Second half, we started, let's start good, start to dominate the game. They're going to be more aggressive, we'll have more spaces. We did the opposite. We give the ball straight to the keeper, direct play, trouble, again, direct play, and the referee decides to give a penalty. That changes the course of the game, which I'm here to give my opinion, and after seeing it 15 times, there is no way that, in my opinion, that's a penalty. Because if there is, then O'Brien has to be out and Everton has to play with 10 men. That's clear. And after that, again, dominated the game. Really not get too much momentum because he's constantly breaking the play, and a big part of that was down to us because after that play we get very cheap free kicks away. But we have 2 big chances to win the game. We didn't convert them, so we have to accept the point.
I feel like we've spoken a lot after games where refereeing decisions have come up this season, and obviously the gap between yourselves and Liverpool is quite significant. Do you feel as though that has played into maybe why the gap is so large this season?
Merit to Liverpool, the way they are winning their football matches. I'm talking a reflection of what happened today, what was really relevant for the score, and there's no question that apart from that they had nothing. But obviously that changes completely the momentum and the results.
Hi, Mikel. It's been a few times now with Miles Lewis-Skelly in certain situations in defensive scenarios where there's been controversy. Do you think in some ways he's been targeted by referees because he's been involved in these situations in the past?
No, I don't think that any referee targets a player. No?
Sam, hello, Mikel.
Hi.
Just in the team you picked, obviously a lot of first teamers or left out, and they came on at the end. Presumably that's all with Real Madrid in mind, is it?
Well, there were 4 players that could not start the game after what happened with Fulham. And obviously the injury of Gavi, so that forces you as well to make some changes, and as well because players deserve to play minutes. So I'm very happy with that. I mean, everybody has to be important, has to feel important. I have so many games coming up right now, and I will have to rely on all of them.
So those players weren't. It wasn't a case of thinking, well, we've got a massive game on Tuesday.
With others might be, but not for what was happening on Tuesday, but because some of them they haven't trained, they haven't had the opportunity to start again.
Just with Bukayo, he's obviously had 2 games off the bench now. Do you feel like he's in a position that he could start on Tuesday?
Well, he's in a much better place. Obviously, we have built that up. He played 30 minutes. Today he's played 49, a little bit less because we whistled before we end of the game. And after that, he will be in a much better place.
Can I just ask you one? Obviously, you got that big decision about who plays that left centre back without Gabriel. How did you feel Xhaka did today? And also, is Ben moving back to centre back something you're thinking about with those games against Real Madrid?
Yeah, we have alternatives there today. Obviously, we had players that they haven't played together, so that cohesion hasn't been there. Ben especially hasn't played at all almost this season. So good that they have the minutes, they have that understanding, and we will assess what's the best options for that back line.
A couple up here. Jordan, Athletics.
Can I just check how Mikel Merino is feeling after the head knock?
He's fine. I just checked with the doctor. I think he had a cut, so he was bleeding quite a lot in the first half. Then started again. So, but overall, he wasn't feeling anything. So good.
No other any injured.
No.
I wanted to play.
Hi.
Well, obviously, send someone who doesn't play any part. You're here to do a job, but you're a very much loved former Everton player coming back to Goodison Park for the last time. Just off your thoughts on the sleep, you say how difficult it is to come back as an arena.
Well, I mean, I think the Premier League has got a reputation all over the world for places like Goodison Park. I think that makes unique the Premier League. So it's going to be very strange. I understand it's the evolution of football, of a football club, but this is very much part of the history of this league. And when you want to describe somebody from abroad how is the Premier League looks like, is it go to Goodison Park and experience it. And unfortunately, in a few months, we're not going to have that again.
Mikel, Everton's gone now. How much excitement, how much anticipation is there among your players now, even on the journey home about Tuesday night?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most beautiful games that you can play in football in the highest European competition against the team that has dominated that competition in the last 20-25 years. So, yeah, really looking forward to it.
And do you just rest now? Is that all you can do?
Oh, we have to train and prepare a few things, but tomorrow we'll have some time to rest and start preparing really well the game because really looking forward to that game, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.